here with Claudia from No Town Fitness.
What's up, everybody? We are going to get this workout in today with Christy here at GB3 North. She is one of the trainers here locally. And so we are just going to do this workout just to give you an insight on how she trains, what kind of a trainer she is, just her style of it. And I bet we are doing some glutes today. Is that right?
You're right.
So let's get it started.
Okay, excited to be here so I can share just a little bit about myself and the way I train, what separates me from other trainers. So, and I just feel like really my focus is on form. I want everybody to do it right. I want everybody to get an effective workout. I want everybody, honestly, to be safe. I don't know, that's just really my primary goal, because if you're safe, then you stay in the gym and then everything works together like that. So Claudia, I'm gonna have you put that on above your knees. This is our hip circle, AKA booty band. I'm a really big proponent of training glutes because it's a hip muscle and it's one of the biggest muscles in our body. And it's highly underused and underdeveloped, and it affects the way the rest of our training goes. So to start, I'm gonna have her roll out, and I can show you on demonstration real quick just how to use the ball. I'm just using this for a bench. So you're gonna roll out, use it as a bench. We're coming down into a glute bench, right here. We're gonna do 15 reps. Make sure with the booty band, you always have your knees pulled apart, and people have a tendency to go wider with their feet, but your feet are really gonna be hip width apart, and it's the knees that are pulled apart that's activating the glute. Okay, so roll down or roll out enough to where your booty can actually hit the ground, up and squeeze. Perfect. Roll out just a hit more. Come on, this way. Okay, I want you to be able to comfortably go up and down. Exactly. Okay, so we're doing 15 right here, right away. And your thoughts as you're doing this is, yes, to let your glutes expand, contract the entire way up. We're driving evenly through both feet. Huge thing that she did right today already is she's wearing flat shoes for me. I super appreciate that, because really I need her feet to be connected with the ground so she can press through her heels. And a lot of shoes are set up like these, for instance, would not wear these today. But what she has on is perfect. On your last one, I want you to pull apart for 15 reps. We're gonna do abductors to make sure we hit the sides of those glutes. Perfect. Her form is beautiful, and I'm honestly a trainer who will, if your form is not correct, I'm gonna stop you mid-exercise and just let you know. I want you to always keep exercising, because we can make a change as we're going, unless it's dangerous enough, I'll have you stop, but I'm gonna make sure your form is right. So after your 15 here, yes, right off the bat, I'm gonna have you get up when you're done, and we're gonna go on to exercise 2 and 3. I usually work in little circuits or exercises of 2 or 3, that way it's easy to remember. You're gonna keep it on, babe, sorry, keep it on. That's gonna be your best friend for like the next 15 minutes.
Little buddy.
Or your nemesis, yeah, one of the two. Next exercise, while she's putting that back on, is bench squats. You're gonna go right here, making sure glutes touch every single time, 3/4 of the way. 15 right there, keeping your chest up, knees pulled apart, and again, feet are just right about there. Looks good. Right there, yep. And I always use the bench because as human beings, our bodies and ourselves, we have a tendency to shoot a little bit. Keep it nice and low right here for the rest of them. Right there, perfect, you got it. So we don't go low enough after a few reps, and so we keep that bench there to make sure we're hitting our depth. Looks good, girl. Feel the burn, it does. So right away, we're waking up those inactive glutes. We're getting them ready to participate in the rest of my lower body day training for her. So when she goes in to do heavier lifting on her squats or deadlifts even, or whatever we're gonna do for the rest of the workout, her glutes are gonna be fired up and active in the lift. Third exercise, I'm gonna have you keep those knees pulled apart, and you're gonna kick back with that band. I know, stay wide with the band, and kick back. So this is hamstrings and glutes. Third exercise and last exercise, and then we repeat this typically 2 more times. Good, keep the band nice and wide, and stay low, and here we go. This is 3, here, 4, you got it, exactly right. 5, what she's doing correct is she's flexing her foot, and almost like there's a door that she's trying to kick in behind her. That's kind of a visual cue I use. It looks perfect. And here's the thing, where are you feeling it? Back of your legs and your booty? Awesome, and you're doing it right.
So are you a big fan of using bands and just different techniques and body weight and
all the techniques,
everything, all the techniques?
Well, that are valid, I guess, and that I have found to be useful and appropriate in the workout. Yeah. So I like to do variety, but not to be creative, but because it's effective.
Efficiency.
Yes. All right, girlfriend, that was awesome. So you would normally repeat that 2 more times. Why don't we do it 1 more time for the sake of time? Because I still want you to get a great workout, right? So starting with
For the people.
well, meaning starting with the stability ball.
Oh.
Yep. First exercise.
The whole thing.
Oh yeah, the whole thing. Again, 2 to 3 times is what we repeat on this circuit. Today we'll just do it twice, and see how she does. Roll out just a hair more so you can actually hit the ground. I'm trying to get you shorter more.
I might not even have to work out after this.
Right?
So we're gonna work out after.
You do? Okay. Oh no, you can actually get your workout on. I don't know how to not.
I might just do cardio.
Yeah, potentially. Looks good. Pressing evenly. I'm working a lot right now with my clients on balancing out our strength. Often we have one side that's much more dominant, the other side unevenness in our strength. And so it's a particular thing that I work on with clients in order to like balance out strength, get that left side or right side depending, to be equally as strong as the other and to make the lifts even. Again, like focus in my training is on strength, bench squats, no. Strength, form, body fat loss. I do a lot of application of high intensity interval training. I coach group classes and I also have my clients, we do them together and on their own. So that's the modality of cardio that I use most frequently because it involves weights. So when I put a training regimen together, there's a lot of high intensity interval training along with my strength training. That's kind of the hybrid format that I'm using for my training that I find to be really effective. I'm getting great results with clients, losing body fat while maintaining lean muscle tissue. They're looking amazing. It's just a process that we got to be patient with.
Yep, just a process.
Normally, which is pretty great because my personal experience, I mean, I know about glute activation, but it's your normal just stretch, kick here, maybe some booty band. So I wasn't familiar that you have to do basically a booty workout before the workout. So that's a great eye opener. Definitely feel it, and so I definitely think my glutes could be growing a lot better now that I know this.
Awesome. That makes me super happy. The more growing glutes we have out there, the better. And the hip health is so important. That's really what I come back to as a trainer. Okay, that's great that aesthetically her booty's going to look amazing. I'm all about that. But at the same time, the health around the hip joint is so important. Most knee injuries are due to weak hip strength, a lot of them. The body is connected so intrinsically that it's really interesting for me to understand like components about that. So while I'm growing booties to look good at the same time, like I know the value of like how much that prevents any future knee injury in your life.
Functional hips.
You know it. All right,
That was life alert when I'm old.
Okay, so we can take the band off. Normally we would repeat that 1 more time. And after that, what I have planned for your body is a little bit of use of the spin machine. So it is, we're going to use it today for lower body, and we're going to work on a little single leg strength and knee strength, because like I said, always balancing out that body. And I can tell, are you right-handed, yes? Yes. Okay, so we're going to start on your left foot to give that a chance to go first. And while we're training, for the most part, you'll start on the left till I see the imbalance correct, and then we kind of shift gears back into starting with the right sometimes. But that's one way I use to do that. So you're going to come up under the Smith machine. You want to make sure that your hips are staying parallel, that one doesn't drop here. So flip it forward. You have to continue to keep it flipped forward and hold on to the bar. You're going to go nice and small here. 12 to 15 reps, depending on how you feel. I'm looking for you to connect to the glute and feel the glute in this, not just the quad. So most of your weight is on that front foot. You're going to use your back foot, but almost more like a kickstand on a bike. So more weight on that front foot, left foot, 12, 15. challenges it a little bit more. So what she's doing over here, she's trying to connect mentally with the glute and have that help her while she's doing this. So I'll give my client a moment to work out.
So real quick, you know, what's one thing that personally you like to see when you're training clients?
How'd it feel? Where'd you feel it? 100. And if you didn't, it would be okay. You know what I mean? This is the first time we've done this together.
We'll get back to that question.
Sorry. I can't leave my client.
No, that's what
you
this
know what
is
I
about.
mean? I really like that. So yeah, so she connected to the glute. Everything was correct. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be a big deal, but we would troubleshoot, problem solve, potentially change the weight. So yes,
That's
right.
an interesting perspective too, because I always do start with my right, which is, you know, when you're right-handed, that's probably your strong side. So the fact that you made me start with my left, it's kind of uncomfortable, but then it's like, oh, that leg's ready to go.
Awesome, because that left leg is stabilizing and doing work in that lift. So when you go to use it, it's already worn out a little. Like your right leg's already taxed a little bit, so it gets a weaker lift. So if we always do that, then we're always going to get the same problem. All right, one more time. And I'm back to talking to you.
No, all right. No, that was really cool that, you know, client comes first always, no matter what. And
Definitely, especially when they're with the heavyweights.
so that was cool to see.
However, now that she has completed her first set, which I never leave for because I really do need to make sure everything is comfortable and correct. On the second set, they're usually pretty much set up to do it on their own. That was left leg twice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. It was supposed to be right leg, so that's what's going to happen now. Left leg, right leg, and then we're going to do both legs together. So no big deal. We're multitasking over here. Good. Keeping those hips parallel so it doesn't drop back there. Move your hips under a little bit. Try not to sink in. Is that cool? Yes, better. Perfect. That probably feels a little bit more correct. Yes. Okay. That's the sentence. More correct.
You guys will notice it's different with Christina. She's really focused on getting clients through the workout. As you guys will see, you guys can't see right now, but you know, previous videos, every trainer is different, and right now, client's the main focus, and this interview is kind of taking a backseat, which is awesome.
You're gonna stay nice and low. Find those glutes again. Keep your chest up. 12 to 15. And then what I do with that 12 to 15 number is I allow myself to see how you do, and if you do 15, then sometimes we're gonna have it. That's kind of like a test I give you, but I always want the last 2 reps of your set to be really hard. If the last 2 reps of your set are not hard, ma'am, then we need to increase it.
I would say that warming up the glutes definitely makes a difference in starting off with the actual workout. It's like a pre-pump before the pump.
100% correct. All right, so she's taking a rest, and I do. She needs to take a rest in order to complete this workout efficiently. We work out with high intensity during my sessions. We're looking at like 70% of your max effort. It's intense for it to work correctly. She's doing a double leg now. We did left leg, right leg. She's going into both legs, trying to connect with the glutes. Nice tight core. Try and take the arch out of your spine. Really important you keep that spine. Yes, move those feet forward to do that. Correct. If we work with an arch spine back there, you will fold your lower back. So her correction was exactly right. She works out, so she's not a beginner, so like she knows some of the corrections to do on her own. And if I leave her alone to know that the exercise belongs, the feeling belongs in her glutes, then she'll adjust her body to correct that. And I'm here to watch and make sure that it all looks right. How'd it feel? Woo! Okay, good work. There. All right, so typically we would do that 2 more times. And I give even my clients a mini version of what they're to do on their own for sake of time, and so we could spend more time together doing different things. So kind of like you and I are doing here, we're doing a mini version, but on your own, your training would be expected to be a lengthier version of what we do.
I like that. I noticed you do sets of 3. I don't know about you guys, but starting off when you're wanting to get in shape and working out, everybody's go-to is YouTube videos. And if you notice, every YouTube person will do sets of 4 and 5. Not about it. And I always thought logically, like, why does it have to be 4 or 5? And I always just stuck with 3 because after 3, I'm like, I'm done. So I noticed that she was doing sets of 3, and I'm just like, yes, I know that I wasn't doing it wrong by not doing the YouTubers amount of sets. So that's pretty cool.
Good feedback to have. I did not know what YouTube is doing, and I do it for a reason. I train mostly females and women, and I feel like because I feel like that's what I'm good at. I understand the body and all of the different challenges around some of it on a personal level, so I feel like that's just my skill set. That's what I'm good at. I like to do what I'm good at and not spread myself too thin trying to know everything. And I continually try to be better at what I do. But we're over here trying to burn body fat and build a muscle at the same time. It's a little bit different than what some of the males are doing in their training. So this is like a way to efficiently burn body fat while building muscle. Like we're still, by going back-to-back exercises, supersets, giant sets, you're burning some body fat, your heart rate's up. But at the same time, what was I going to say? We're strength training, working in sets of 10 and 12 to build muscle.
So this is interesting. So you're saying you're specialized more on the female body, and that's what you're kind of more comfortable with and have more knowledge on the body. So let me ask you, since you have a very wide range knowledge on the women body, would you say you also have experience for training postpartum and helping women develop their postpartum bodies and, you know, helping with that postpartum depression?
I definitely think that would be, I'm a mom and I have 2 daughters, but they're teenagers now, 14 and 17. So that's been some time, but I've been there and I've been through it. And yeah, I think I definitely could be helpful in that area for sure. It's not something I specialize in, I won't claim that, but if I feel I'm qualified enough and I can do enough research to be effective for someone, I'll do it. If I feel like it's out of my skill set, then I'll definitely provide a recommendation for someone who would be better at it than me. I want everyone to receive the best training and be with. There's a lot of trainers for a lot of reasons. You know, we all have our skill sets and there's enough clients for everybody to have, and everybody belongs with a certain type of trainer. It's very much a very personal connection that you need to make and trust that person. So if it's a good fit, then it's going to work. And then, you know, there's just good fits for everybody. So I want that to be the case, but definitely have helped people during their pregnancy with working out, before and after.
That's awesome. I was one of them who went through postpartum depression. So just FYI, if I can find a woman that knows how to put it back together, that's great news.
Awesome. All right, so we'll move on to our next set of exercises. However, you would typically repeat that 2 more times with me. Right. We're going to go back into using a band. I'm going to use my red band now. Sorry.
And then don't get pretty hot.
Okay, awesome. So using a different band. Different bands for different reasons provide different resistance and different levels of, I guess, weight you could put it. Probably the one I'm looking for is not in here. Did I pull out my red one? Sorry guys. Here it is. All right. Above the knees, one more time. Another little
buddy.
Another little, yeah, you're like, okay, I can do this.
Hold on, let's get a quick plug for your bands. What kind of bands are those?
I wish I could say they were my own, but I have done the homework for all of my clients, and I only recommend things that I think are awesome and that I personally use. So this is a plug for X bands, which I make good money on. However, they are the best bands.
Okay,
So I'm
there we
helping
go.
you guys not waste your money on the other ones. I've already bought all the other ones. You can see I have a huge bag of bands. These are the ones that will not rip or flip up or all that good stuff that's really annoying while you're trying to work out.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna
X bands. What up?
We're going to do an abductor one more time on the side, 12 on the left. So that's your right leg. Go flip around and start with left again. Okay, left leg for 12, right leg for 12. And then I'm going to have you do another exercise after that.
Baby, doing glutes, get my glutes. Show everybody.
I'm not editing this, by the way. That's going in there. Stop.
She's already working with a lot, which I love. She'd be a fun client to train. She's already got a lot of junk in her trunk. She's got nice hip muscles, so we're gonna make sure she feels that and thinks about Bentley booty workout for the next few days here.
Gotta get ready for that J-Lo movie.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Latina.
Perfect. Okay, next exercise, girlfriend, gonna be the glute bridge one more time with the barbell. Now you'll see these done a million different ways on the Smith machine, barbells, huge weights, long bars. I just really don't find that to be necessary. I'm really about efficient workouts. Like my clients are getting an hour and a half workout probably in an hour because I like pack it full. And I really want to we can't get it done in an hour. I want you guys to get a great workout in an hour and know how to do it. All right, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. We need to put some power in this puppy. Now, so
I have a question because something I'm concerned when it comes to, what is it, thrusters?
yeah.
I have a hard time under choosing a concept. So I have that concept whether it's an amount of reps and a decent weight and getting the form right. And then sometimes psychologically I think, well, maybe I need to pick up the weight and do some crazy amount of weight hip thrusting. So is there a right way or a wrong way to doing this?
There's a time and a place for both. There's a time and a place for heavy lifting, and there's a time and a place for lighter lifting. I personally don't lift super heavy. I go a lot by the way my body feels. Strength training, you're looking at heavier weight, less reps. So like reps of 8 to 10 to build strength, and that's really strength building. So that's when you would go heavier and just shoot for those lower reps. And when I need to build straight up strength in my client, that's what we go for. I'm often working in that 10 to 12, more the 12 rep range, because it produces the growth of the muscle just a little bit more hypertrophy. So we're looking at more aesthetically bodybuilding, like I want you to see your glutes grow. So it's just a higher rep range that kind of puts you in that muscle building versus strength rep range, and lighter, a little bit lighter weight. And for me, it's been really effective and to me safer.
Okay.
So that's how I do it. Some heavy, some light, depending, I guess. And hopefully, if you have a personal trainer, they can help you with when and how to do everything and teach you everything you need to know, which is my goal, to teach my clients everything they need to know to eventually move on and be really proficient in training and have loved our experience so very much that they recommend me. I'm not trying to keep people forever. I'm trying to teach people. All right, girl. We're gonna move your feet out just a hair more, meaning this right here. All right, perfect. This is gonna be nice and hard. So give me 10 or 12. All the way down, all the way up. Nice flat spine. Don't arch your back. 2. Good work. 3. You're gonna have to put some gump in it. Think about something that pisses you off. There it is. Now we're working out.
Sorry, babe, we're not having sex tonight.
All right. What number?
Oh.
What number?
Who knows?
5 more. Come on. 4. There it is. 3. I want you to hold it on the last one. Come on, Claude. 2. Last one. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. That's it. It worked. All right. Tip it up. All right. One more, boo. Here we go. All right. We're going to do narrow hamstring deadlifts, and then that's going to be your set of 3 again. And then you would repeat that like together 3 more times. Chest is up, shoulders stay back. Very important. We're going to drag this right down here, about halfway down the shin. Pull with those glutes and hamstrings, right back up. 10, 12, or 15, your call. I want you to try and feel it right down here, not in the lower
Her
back.
body is amazing. So when I see her do the explanation demonstration, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it just like that so I can look like that.
Thank you. That really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate it.
Do it look like her?
It's so awesome. All right, a little bit more narrow with those legs. Another narrow. The house, like that. Yes, narrow. Chest up, shoulders back. Okay. Right in front of those shins. If we pull the weight out too far, it's gonna hurt your lower back. All right. That's halfway down. Not as low. Come back up. Right there. Right there. Okay, good. Stop. Not as low. Halfway down your shin. Right back up. Okay. Stay right in that tension right there. Try and pull your head. So in your lower back, let me know. So, call that 5.
I'm thinking of stretching the booty out,
Yes.
coming here, pulling with my, what is it called? Your
Yep.
back
Your
heels.
shoulders back. That's right. Don't let your form fall out or it will go lower back. Okay, right here. Let's go. Yes, looks correct. And your job is to feel it, like you said. Good, that's it right there. Let's stop, because we weren't really counting. That's okay though. Did you feel it in the right spot?
I did.
Lower
But
back?
I will say, maybe just for me, because I do have a weaker core, I have a struggle with core
Okay.
from young age. So I will say that I felt that if I straightened it, I felt it more on my lower back, versus if I just kept it here, I felt it on the glutes.
Okay.
So
I want you to stay where you feel it correctly. And I'm gonna drop the weight by 10 pounds. Because you got the band on too, don't forget, that's 30 pounds around your hips. So I'm gonna adjust the weight slightly. And that's what's really important. I let you connect with your body and do the workout and not talk to you. So you can pay attention to those things, communicate with me, and then I can adjust your weight. I don't do online training because I have to be present and do it this way. It's the only way I know how.
So no online training, guys, but we'll put our Instagram right there somewhere.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, so repeat. We're gonna do glute bridges. Hip abductors first, sorry. One more time. We're gonna adjust the weight and then we'll get to wrapping it up. And just work under that tension, Claude, right there, nice and small. Yeah, and put it a little bit closer to your knee. I want her to take this home with her, this workout. I want her to take the knowledge with her, and I want her to go and apply it. I want her to go and do this, so that way when she comes back to me, you know, this stuff is working. We get to spend a couple hours together, me and my clients, a week, which is awesome, but there's a lot more time, obviously, in a week than those 2 hours. So they need to be working out, they need to be doing my program, and I want them to do it correctly. So I will correct her, I will help her adjust it, and then she's gonna go home and do it on her own. I'm gonna check in with her. I check in with my clients all the time, make sure everything's going the way it should. She's like, get this part, attention.
when I come to the gym, normally if I did do like a workout with a band, I just go like bam, bam, bam. I never really just like slow it down. Just take my time. I guess in my mind, I'm just like, get the workout, move out of the way for somebody. And it really is that type of workout where you just have to really take your time and just say, fuck everybody, I need to get this glute activation going on.
Good for you. Good for you. Slow and controlled is much more torturous. It works. It's more effective. When you're bouncing, you're adding momentum. It's not, the muscle isn't doing the work. So slow and controlled. We have your new barbell for you. 30 pounds. And it's going to be better on that hamstring deadlift. Oh, no, this is first. You're right about that. Yes, ma'am. Stability ball glute bridges. They're easy to set up. That's why I just choose these over all the setup that some of the other variations require. There's not anything wrong with the other variations. This is my choice because I feel it's super effective with a little bit of weight. All right, yeah, we can touch all the way down, all the way up and squeeze. Right, I do often say you got to tap into a different level of energy here and really hit these. Exactly, they're taxing. It's going to tax your central nervous system and wear you out. You can see right now, like she's putting her every bit of effort into it. On the last one, I want you to hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice work. I'm involved in her workout as if it is me doing it because it's really important. I am like in touch with how she's feeling, what she's experiencing. So I know how to push her throughout her workout too. And when it's time to take it down and chill out a little bit, which is hardly ever with me, but definitely when needed. All right, she's gonna handle these hamstring deadlifts with this weight, and I'm not gonna talk because I want her to find her form and the connection in her glute and hamstring. I will say lower back is working, so it's not wrong when she feels it. There's just some adjustments we need to make, so it's primarily felt in the other areas.
Yeah,
Good work.
it seems better when I just focus on my legs rather than trying to
Your
keep
whole
my-
form is better though than it was the last time.
So if I straighten out my back, which is normally the right thing to do, it just hurts me.
Okay,
So to me,
that's great.
the workout is the legs, so I rather just focus on making sure my legs feel it rather than getting a whole form with a straight back, because that hurts me personally.
It's awesome. Good work. So typically on the last portion of our workout, we do a little burnout or we potentially go hit some of the machines over there. And I make sure that my clients are doing the machines correctly. There is some stuff to know on those depending on the individual. Like some of them are just more appropriate when you're a little bit shorter stature. I know some of them are better when you're taller. So based upon like what all of my time here in the gym is spent, like I know which ones are more suitable for my clients. I make sure they're set up on them. And then that's another thing I want them doing mostly on their own once they're set up. That way I don't spend most of my time watching you on a machine. I want you to learn as much as you can in your hour with me. So we do more things that are free weight involved and form involved, if that makes sense.
I have another question.
Please.
So we are done with our workout, right?
What?
We are done with this workout?
We can be, or we could do one more thing because we have actually I have a client, but I would wrap it up with, you know what I'm saying, another probably, like I said, a burnout of some nature or some time on the machines together, some calves, some more lower body. So this is just really a bite of what your workout would look up like, but some really important stuff to be shared nonetheless.
Okay. So this is great because I don't normally warm up. I would say maybe just kick my legs back a few times, you know, swirl the legs a little bit, make sure my joints don't kind of cramp up. So to know that, okay, yes, I've heard of glute activation prior to a workout. I mean, I didn't really think about it as a serious kind of thing. So it's really nice because we haven't even started the weightlifting process. So when you go into a heavy weightlifting process, I can definitely feel like I'm probably gonna get my workout for 2 exercises and be done, just because this itself is a workout. And so one thing I did ask her earlier is to differentiate the difference between going heavy or just staying more on the proper form and higher reps, because a lot of women, when they want to build that booty, it's really confusing to know which option to go to, and especially with so many YouTube videos and different trainers going around explaining different movements. So it's nice to know that I don't have to go heavy and feel like pressured that I need to go heavy to grow my glutes, because that's one thing I was like super conscious about. Another thing is, okay, should I focus on higher reps or lower weight, or should I just keep adding weight? So that was nice that she explained that. One more question I would have personally is, okay, what exactly is gonna build my glutes? Which movements should I be focusing on? Everybody has different opinions about which glute exercises are the best to build your booty, so I just want to hear her perspective too, like which exercises she prefers for building the glutes.
Awesome, good questions. I love them. I love talking about fitness. Like I could hang out with you forever and we would just talk the whole time. So particular exercises, I'm kind of a basic lover because I really feel the basics are awesome. I kind of do tried and tested. I've been on Instagram and tried all the exercises that I see. Some of them are effective and they're really good. And when I find a great glute connection, I then share it with my clients, and other ones which I feel like maybe, man, all we have to do is sit here with the band and it would be much more effective than all that setup or whatever exercise. But activation with the band, I think bands are like everything when it comes to building a booty. Can't do it without them. And knowing how often frequency is important in your training, correct form, like you said, sometimes light, sometimes heavy, squats, and you work at the barbell. I spend a lot of time at the squat rack, so squatting. Although said not to be the best for glutes, we're definitely squatting, we're definitely deadlifting, sumo deadlifts, we're definitely glute bridging. And then the Smith machine, like basically what I showed you, I use Smith machine, assisted step downs on the assisted pull-up, a huge variety, but ones that I feel work. And I actually have a couple clients specifically with me to grow their booty, and so far so good.
That's good, because we always see some stupid shenanigans at the gym. Just ridiculous, like just doing the most, and you see the girls just like you know, and it's just ridiculous, and I'm like, does that really work? You know, so it's really nice to just hear that just the basics work, so you don't have to be just super out there and extra. There's no need for that.
Well, I know that it's getting close.
It is.
So how do these people reach you, and how can they schedule a one-on-one with you?
Awesome. The way they reach me primarily is through my Instagram. That way you can kind of get to know me through my workout videos and the pictures you see. It gives you a feel for who I am as a trainer and as a person. So go ahead and message me there. I do a consultation with every potential client. So at that point, we'll connect on a consultation time, sit down and talk about what the person or you as an individual has going on with your fitness goals, your concerns, any questions. And at that time, I tell you how I train, my recommendations. If all of that seems like a fit, we go over scheduling, cost at that time, and go from there.
Do you focus on just personal training, or do you offer nutrition plans as well?
Oh, absolutely. Meaning, I don't specialize in nutrition. Really, my forte is in here in the gym with you. However, nutrition is a huge component to all of this. So definitely a nutrition plan. I'm doing individual macros for my clients, and then constant communication on our tracking. We check in regularly, we do measurements, weekly check-ins. So nutrition, meal prepping, planning, all of that. Yes, everything works together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's not even to fitness, might say. So why are you even here? What's your purpose in this fitness community?
Fitness for me has been an avenue of just well-being and health. I feel the body, mind, and spirit is connected. And one area out of whack leads to all of the rest of the areas being out of whack as well. Like, it's just, our body is connected. We're connected human beings. And physical fitness, I think, is highly an underused tool. People are intimidated by the gym. People don't know what to do. They're told by their doctors or loved ones or themselves or whatever, they want to come work out, but it's overwhelming, it's intimidating, and they don't want to get hurt. I feel often there's it's just an intimidating place to be, and I'm here to help people feel comfortable, get to know what to do exactly for their body so that they're effective, get off the treadmill, not be afraid of the section of the gym and the weights, because typically that's where a lot of people belong. So as a trainer, I want every normal individual to feel like they can come in their gym and know what to do for themselves and their body in their training. I don't even know if I answered your question. I probably went off on a tangent.
That's awesome. This just shows that she's passionate about fitness. So this is closing our workout here with Christi. She was great. Just explained different scenarios, different outcomes, and different information that I wasn't aware of. So I really appreciate her taking this time to inform everybody, and just in perspective too of future cases and what we're doing in reality. It's just getting to know our local trainers. A lot of times, like myself specifically, and anybody who's just looking for a way into the fitness and sees all these different pictures of different trainers, I just wanted to make sure and give that extra insight on who these trainers are, what it looks like when you train with them, what kind of knowledge they have, and what kind of style everyone has. So this is the purpose of our video. So please give Christi a round of applause, because she did amazing at showing me some glutes.
High five, sister. Great workout. I'll close. Thank you. I wanted to thank you guys for reaching out and connecting the fitness community. I am about all of the love and the connectedness. There's a trainer for everybody, and I just want everyone to find someone to take that extra step to reach out and get some assistance in the gym. And so have someone set you up on a plan that's good for you. Everybody needs to be moving their body and working out in some way, shape, or form. So we're here to help.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate her hard-working body. Yeah.
Let me get it still. There you go.
I don't know what my hair
I
is
don't
doing.
have muscles, so I gotta work what I have.
Hold on, the barbell's in the way.